Aunque wakile ya umay sa tuna unyugo. Se ngauna sara ni tamay kitu. Bulu may kina no ni voli tu may nangauna ya. Au sa makili masanga bulu ka onongo. Pambota na vuni ni ungo sana via tikombeka na ono sanga bulu wadata kena matua.
It's not only Fiji that has all coconut trees. During the copper boom era after World War, coconut oil was huge in the Pacific, and almost everyone was trying to compete for coconut oil. So it's not only us in Fiji that has this, it's around the Pacific. So this is a Pacific problem.
Like at the moment we are cutting the old coconut trees before we throw it, but this time at the moment we are using the coconut trees, the old coconut trees.
There is a lot of senile coconut trees around here in Wonolevu, around 60%. These senile coconut trees do become an issue if they are not harvested in terms of natural disasters, floodings, hurricanes, where they become an issue.
Under the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research project, coconut and other non-traditional forest resources for the manufacture of engineered wood products, EWP. It's succinctly known as Future EWP Project. And the most common EWP project, the timber project, is plywood. So basically it's a project that is trying to convert old coconut trees into coconut plywood.
So other countries have peeled coconut, but often restricted to very young coconut palms that are softer, much easier to process, but also not as attractive. So our project really looked at this substantial senile coconut palm. We're not interested in the palms that are still producing nuts. That's an agricultural crop and a very valuable one. We're looking at the senile palms, and Fiji, to the best of my knowledge, are the first ones to be well positioned to be able to process and manufacture products at scale, targeting that very difficult but very, very attractive senile resource.
And right now, I can say that demand for plywoods locally has increased dramatically for the past decade. That's why we are importing a lot of plywood. So one of the reasons that we also took this project on board is to help us to also reduce our import bill, or especially on wood products that we can manufacture locally. So the challenge is there, and for us to be the first to utilize these senile coconut palms, I think that is a significant achievement itself, and also set a platform for other countries in the region, consider how they can also come in on board, because coconut is available, especially in the Pacific. Yeah? So there's an opportunity there.
So the process would be identifying the plantation that has senile coconut trees, and then we go through the process of selecting the senile tree. If the nuts bears less than 10, so they qualify for harvesting, and if it's a straight tree as well. And then we follow the procedure of harvesting through the safety protocols, wearing PPE gears, the safe area where we can lie these trees down. Once we remove these logs, and once we take them to the steaming box, we leave them for overnight for at least 24 hours. We maintain the temperature above 70 degrees, and the reason is because the coconut logs have vascular tents inside, not like normal wood. So they need to stay in that temperature, and then we have to take them out and then layer them on the lathe machines, where they are peeled. And once they are peeled, then they are sent over for gluing. Just on the machines, there's a 8-foot and there's a 4-foot. So these are producing two different dimensions of sheets, where once we glue them, then we lay them cross-sectionally so that we can have that durability. And then we put them in the hot presser so that they stick together. And then after that, we move them to the cutting area, where we cut them to a dimension of 1100 millimeters by 1100 millimeters. Then we sand them in the sand machine. And then we have a production of a plywood ready to be sent to furniture makers, where they can produce furnitures.
With the coconut veneer, I'd like to see this stemmed with long investments exported to overseas, the international market, where one day we can visit one of those international hotels and you see, if I can see cocoa veneer furniture around, then I'll be very proud of that. Yes, it was produced by us.
We certainly believe the market to be strong. And I suppose there's a key difference here, and it's coconut. So it comes with two really interesting attributes. As a visual appearance, that's absolutely unique on a world scale. It's incredibly attractive from the senile palms, not so much the younger ones, but from senile palms. The product is absolutely beautiful. And the second part, there's a narrative around the background to that resource. It's a plantation resource grown as an agricultural crop, a home in the Pacific, home in Fiji. It's as characteristic as a tourist photo with a coconut palm. The appearance of the wood just exudes the Pacific. So it's well placed to represent the Pacific, well placed to represent Fiji, both domestically and international markets.